Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about a secret command center for your hormones. And it's not where you think it is. In fact, its location might just blow your mind. And understanding it could be the key to everything from your mood to your long-term brain health.
So, when you think about hormones, right, your mind probably jumps to the usual suspects. You got the ovaries, the thyroid, maybe the adrenal glands. It's that classic endocrine lineup we all kind of learned about in school.
But what if I told you that's not the whole story? Not even close. What if a huge piece of the puzzle, a major control center, was hiding in plain sight? Or rather, deep inside your gut. And that brings us to this word, the estrobolome. Now, it's not an organ or anything like that. Think of it more like a specialized crew of bacteria living in your gut. They're a dedicated team with one absolutely critical job, dealing with the hormone estrogen. Okay, so to really get how powerful this little microbial team is, we need to follow an estrogen molecule on its journey through your body. It's kind of like a package going through the body's own internal recycling plant. So check this out. After estrogen has done its job in the body, the liver steps in and slaps a dispose of tag on it. It's basically marked for removal, a one-way ticket out. But then it gets to the gut. And this is where the magic happens. Certain bacteria in your estrobolome have these little molecular scissors, and they can snip that tag right off, which reactivates the estrogen and sends it right back into your system. Okay, so this whole system can go one of two ways, and it all depends on the state of your gut. In a healthy gut, this recycling system is balanced, and everything works perfectly to maintain hormonal harmony. But when your gut bacteria are out of whack, what scientists call dysbiosis, the whole system just goes haywire. You get too many of those tag-snipping bacteria, and they start flooding your body with way too much recycled estrogen. So what actually happens when this recycling plant starts working overtime? Well, the fallout is very, very real, and it shows up in ways that a lot of us feel every single day. This is what leads to a condition called estrogen dominance. And look, this isn't just some trendy buzzword. It's a real physiological state where your body is just swimming in active estrogen that really should have been shown the exit door a long time ago. And the symptoms? They're going to sound really familiar to a lot of people. We're talking heavy, painful periods, wicked PMS, things like fibroids and endometriosis, breast tenderness, even that really stubborn weight gain that just loves to hang out on your hips and thighs. It's just wild to think this all leads back to that little recycling crew in your gut. And we're not just talking about a little bit of extra estrogen. When this estrobolome is overactive, it can create a huge surplus that just keeps circulating and stimulating tissues all over your body long after it was supposed to be gone.
But here's where it gets even more interesting. This isn't just about your period or where you store fat. The stakes are way, way higher. We're talking about your brain. See, what a lot of people don't realize is that estrogen isn't just for reproduction. It's what's known as a neurosteroid, which is a fancy way of saying it has a direct line to your brain and how it functions. And when everything is in balance, estrogen is like a superhero for your brain. It helps you learn and remember things. It helps your brain grow new connections. It keeps your stress response in check. And it's a powerful anti-inflammatory, keeping everything calm up there. I mean, just listen to this quote from one of the sources we looked at. Protecting your brain as you age may depend as much on what happens in your colon as on your intake of omega-3s. Just let that sink in for a second. Your gut health could be just as important for your brain as one of the most famous brain boosters on the planet. Okay, so after hearing all that, you might be feeling a little worried. But here's the good news, and it's really, really empowering. The health of your estrobolome and pretty much your entire hormonal balance is largely in your hands. Yeah, it's not some complex genetic thing you're stuck with. The number one most powerful tool you have for shaping this whole system is your diet. It all comes down to what's on your fork. And the hero of this story? It's fiber. You know that daily target of 25 to 35 grams? That's not just some random number pulled out of a hat. It's literally the fuel your good gut bacteria need to thrive and to make sure those used hormones are actually escorted out of your body. But listen, it's not just about the quantity. Variety is everything here. Because different bacteria like to eat different kinds of fiber. So you gotta mix it up. Think asparagus and linseeds one day, then maybe some cooled potatoes for resistant starch the next, then a big kale salad. You're feeding the whole diverse team. And last but not least, we gotta talk about, well, plumbing, motility. Being regular is absolutely critical. Think about it. The longer that waste sits around in your colon, the more time those bacteria have to snip those tags and reactivate estrogens that were supposed to be on their way out. A daily bowel movement is a hormonal necessity, plain and simple.
So it all comes back to this one big question, right? Is the future of our hormonal health and even our brain health hiding deep inside our microbiome? Everything we're learning seems to point to a resounding yes. The real power might not be in a pharmacy, but right there on our plates, feeding the trillions of tiny allies that are already working for us.